cannot be perfect, Lord. The word you gave, I needed. You said perfection isn't found in you. Your righteousness is Jesus. I pray this song will do exactly what it's made to do. Show people your love for us is infinite and faithful too. I pray this song goes way beyond a song of praise to you, but shows you that I love you and I'm thankful too. I pray
this
you
is
do.
my heart's cry. Yeah. I wanna live so you can be glorified. And every single thing that I do, let my life be pleasing to you.
All right, so here we go. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. Finally, get to do this. This is gonna be a real treat for some of you guys. This guy's got an amazing story. He's an old friend of mine from my neighborhood, and let's just get right into it. He's got an amazing story. So, first off, what's your name?
My name is Alejandro Carpio.
Alejandro Carpio, and where were you born at?
I was born in General Hospital, but I was raised in the city of Rosemead.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I was born too. So you were born in General Hospital and you grew up in Rosemead?
Yes.
And at what age did you move to Rosemead? Were you from a baby?
Yeah, since I was born, I was raised in the city of Rosemead around Garvey Park.
Okay.
All around Garvey Park, around that area. Between Del Mar and St. Gabriel Boulevard.
All right. So, did you have parents, like two parents, one parent?
Yeah, I had my dad and my mom, my beautiful mom and my dad, Albina Carpio and Antonio Carpio.
All right. So how did we're just gonna get a little history of where you come from and all that, and then we'll get to where you're at now, what you're doing, what you've been through. So, how was your upbringing, like with your parents? What kind of, are they from like Mexico or how's that situation?
Yeah, they're from Mexico. Place called León, Guanajuato.
León, Guanajuato, yeah.
My beautiful mom.
The Momias or something like that.
Yeah, Momias is right there in the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, LA, and then we got where I stay at right now is Morovia.
Okay.
So it's just León, and it's the main capital at that place is Guanajuato. So that's why it's León, Guanajuato.
Okay. So, did you go to elementary school in Rosemead, and that's where you went to all your schools at?
Yeah.
What elementary did you go to?
It was Duff.
Duff. I went to Duff too.
Yeah.
Duff Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. Wow.
Yeah, I went to
yeah, for real. I forgot
the Dragons.
Yeah.
I went to Duff for about 6 months. I went to Willard Elementary. You know where Willard's at, right?
Yeah.
But I went to Duff also. So is that the only elementary you went to?
No, I went to another one. This was in St. Gabriel though.
Oh, okay.
This was in St. Gabriel, called McKinley.
Oh, McKinley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where's that at? Like what streets?
That's I don't remember the little side street where the school's at, but it's between Del Mar and Valley.
Oh, okay. So let's get off into the good stuff. At what age did you start kind of, because obviously you came from the gang life, but when did you start kind of veering off into that lifestyle? Like as a young kid, when were you exposed to it?
I was supposed, well, the way I got brought up in Rosemead is, I wasn't even from a gang, but everybody thought I was from this gang because other gang members will come towards the area looking for the nearest gang, and they'll catch me in the streets and they'll ask me where I'm from. Of course, I'll let them know I ain't from nowhere, but they'll just try to get up the car and try to punk me, and by me not getting punked and fighting these guys, they thought I was from this gang.
How old were you?
I started at 13.
Okay.
At 13.
So is that before, well, obviously I know about it. Before you were from the gang, you were from, it was kind of like what was it, like a crew, a gang? It was like a gang too, but it was more like a crew or what?
Yeah, it became it became a gang.
Because a lot of the guys ended up being from the neighborhood.
Correct.
But what do you consider it, what it was?
Well, we were banging. First, we started as just a group of guys.
What was it called?
KGB, Kids Gone
KGB,
Bad.
Kids Gone Bad.
Yeah.
So, at what age did you start getting involved with them?
Them, I've been knowing them since I was 13 years old.
So around that time, 13 is when you really got exposed to everything, like the lifestyle. And what was that, junior high?
That was junior high, yeah, correct.
Okay,
So, but at the same time, I wasn't really in school, because I used to have a dad who used to get me out of school since I was the age of 5 for 3 or 4 months, and
he'll get you out of school for
yeah.
why?
We used to he used to train me to smuggle guns to Mexico.
Wow.
And my dad was the type, he's not a gang member like the way I look. He was just a Mexican guy with a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and a gun in his waist. Whatever he said had to go.
Wow.
It's we call it machismo.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of it. And so he brought me up as getting me out of school, taking me to Mexico, put different guns on my waist and different clips. So my dad would train me what's going to happen when we go to the border of Mexico and what to tell the deputies. And my dad used to smuggle guns to his mobster friends up in Mexico, up in León, Guanajuato.
Wow.
So he do this like trips every 3 months to 6 months. So I never had school.
Is your dad still around, or did he?
No, my dad passed away.
He passed away. What year did he pass away?
He passed away in 2004.
So was he in your life up until that point?
He was honestly, it wasn't even like he was in my life, because
wasn't in your life?
Nah, just whatever he used me for. I mean, honestly, my family thought I was the favorite one of the family because he was always taking me everywhere, but my family didn't know why he had me around them.
But did you grow up in a household with 2 parents or 1 parent?
2 parents, well, actually 1.
Okay, so 1 parent.
Yeah, because my dad will be.
He was just on the side, not really in your life.
Yeah.
And just popping up every now and then, or?
Yeah, I'd be gone for 3 or 4 months and then come back and then work in construction when we used to come back from Mexico. And what he would do, just, be in work with his, and hang out in this bar. Most likely you remember this bar called Patrick's.
Yes, sir, I remember Patrick's.
Yeah. So that was one of his office. We used to call it his office. Mm-hmm. People go look, his friends go look.
So he used to drink a lot?
Oh yeah, heavy drinker. Very heavy drinker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, man, I wish I could have met your dad and your mom. So, let's we'll get into some of that. Okay, so right around 13. So did you ever get into KGB, or were you like? How did that? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, before I ended up being from KGB. I don't know if you ever remember a street called Norwood Street Locals.
Yes, sir.
Well, I had a good friend of mine that will go and hang out with these guys.
Is that Jose you're talking?
Yeah, Jose Machaca.
Okay.
A good friend of mine that he also became from this gang after a while. But the problem was that after school we go hang out up there in called Marshall Elementary.
Yep.
And play basketball, and of course drink a little and then smoke a little, and so we just hang out like just a group of guys. But of course the guys from Norwood Street Locals will be right in that school, mm-hmm. trying to play basketball against us. And out of nowhere, one time we were playing basketball and I turn around and they're beating the heck out of my homeboy Jose. So what I do as a friend, I let go of the ball and I rush these guys and I beat the heck out of these older guys.
Who's beating up Jose? The guys from Norwood?
Norwood, yeah, Norwood Street.
Wasn't he from Norwood?
Yeah, well, they were jumping in.
They were jumping him in.
Yeah, and I didn't know.
And you didn't know?
Yeah, I thought they were just beating him up. So me as a friend, I went over there and got these guys off and beat these guys off. And these guys are all, hey, you're from Norwood Street Locals. I go, what?
They told you that too?
Yeah.
Wow, they jumped you in too, huh?
Yeah, that's what they said. I go, so they told me that I was saying, man, I'm just backing up my own boys. Like, well, what are you guys beating up? And then Jose, we used to call him Shadow at that time.
Shadow, I remember.
Yeah, so he goes, hey, why'd you jump in? They were jumping me into Norwood. Well, there's something I didn't know. I mean, just me as...
That's a crazy story, man.
Yeah, that's the way I got brought up. I just always I always looked out for my friends. And of course, I didn't go along with these guys. And but by the time we used to go over there and hang out with and play basketball after junior high, after school, and we hang out. Well, of course, other gang members would come looking for these guys from Norwood Locals, and me being there, of course, I ain't gonna let some of my homies get beat up in front of me.
So you used to kick it with Norwood after too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Who you like? You're talking about like enemy neighborhoods that were from the gang that you grew up in, like those rivals or rivals of Norwood and KGB.
Well, it was rivals of all of us because
Norwood, the same rivals. Yeah.
Norwood locals they'll back up Lomas.
Yeah.
And KGB became Lomas.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, the solid ones became
all of them.
Lomas.
All the main ones. So, so you're from KGB, and you guys are cool with Norwood Street locals.
Yeah, a lot of them. You know, it's like that time they told me that I was in and I wasn't though, right? But I would go hang out with my homeboy Shadow, and then I end up getting into KGB. All these guys that I grew up with in elementary, we used to hang out in Gary Park and smoke out and play basketball against other people, or play football.
Who were some of these guys that were in KGB?
Oh, Eddie Gonzalez, my homeboy Frosty, who became from the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Shadow became Mono for Lomas. Grumpy. Homeboy Grumpy.
Grumpy was from KGB too, huh?
Yeah.
Joshua,
yeah, Joshua. He was from KGB too. Bullet.
Looney too, huh?
Looney. His brother John.
The Dip brothers.
The Dip brothers. Both of them got in. There's a bunch of us.
Wow.
I mean, I can go on the whole list.
Was Snuffy from there?
No. Nah, Snuffy was from there. He was
already from the neighborhood.
Yeah, he was claiming tagging crew.
KCC?
Yeah. No, it's the other one.
That's where Wolfie was from.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, how long were you from KGB?
We're for a while.
2 years, 3 years?
So I was
high school?
Well, yeah, until I got to, as soon as you know, like I said, I mentioned that my dad would take me out of school. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I was never good at school. I was always fighting. You know, I didn't know how to read and write.
At what school? Okay, what junior high did you go to?
Carpio school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you go to high school?
Yeah, you know.
Well, whenever you did go, where'd you go?
St. Gabriel High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where you started fighting with rivals, huh?
As fighting were in the streets, but as having your rivals right there and then, it was in St. Gabriel High School.
Yeah, I remember back then, man. It was pretty crazy. So, what, 2-3 years you were from KGB, or?
It was like maybe 2 years.
Okay, so 13, 15. So right around, at what age did you get into the local neighborhood, which is Lomas, for the record? That's like, where I grew up. That's where my friend here grew up. And that's pretty much what was our life, right?
Every day.
That was pretty much our life, our heart. Everything was for the neighborhood, and now we still look at it as for the neighborhood, of course, but in a more positive way, and we just want God to use us for the neighborhood and for other people, right?
Well, yeah, now today I know that, but back then it was just the water, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Nobody could change my way of thinking at that time.
When did you get in? What age?
It was 15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
So 15, you get in. You get in the neighborhood, and of course we're not gonna get into a lot of stuff about the neighborhood. We pretty much know what gangs consist of. I want to get more into what has happened to you since, and some crazy things that you went through, but we'll get to that. But just tell us a little bit about the neighborhood, how it affected you, whatever you want to share, man. I mean,
well, yes. Well, the reason I became from this neighborhood is because when we decided to be KGB at that time, we didn't know what we got ourselves into. You know, we didn't think about the nearest gang will have a problem of us writing in their walls, selling dope in their blocks. We never looked into that. Because why? Because we grew up with these guys. So we didn't think of it. And later on, started slanging dope, started slanging drugs, and started gangbanging. Why? Because some of these guys would come looking for the nearest gang. That was Lomas, and of course they will catch us. And we end up getting as big as 86 guys from KGB.
Wow.
So they come looking for Lomas. Of course, we respected Lomas. So when they disrespected Lomas, it was like disrespecting us.
Yeah, I remember all that. I remember KGB was pretty much like they were in full conformity with the neighborhood, and there were some solid individuals, man.
Yeah, and so what happened was that as soon as Lomas came to us and told us, these guys, I grew up with them since elementary, and like, you know what, you guys got to stop this. And what you mean we got to stop this? Yeah, you guys are writing on the walls, you guys slanging dope, you guys are gangbanging against our enemies. You guys become Lomas, or you guys got to stop KGB. And I'm like, oh, so why would you guys come at me like that, knowing how I am? But this homeboy of mine, of ours actually, goes, Alex, the homeboys were just talking about come and kill you guys. And I told him we couldn't do this to you guys because we grew up with each other. And he told me, you know what? Everybody thinks we're for Lomas. Why don't you just become Lomas? It made a lot of sense at that time. That me and my homeboy Richard Liao decided to become from this Lomas. And that same night, he got killed. That same night.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you about that. Tell us a little bit about that. You don't gotta get into specifics, but how did it go down, and what transpired? Like, as far as what I want to get to is how he died, and how you were, how you took it. Not just how you took it, but you were there, and just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, what happened was that we're chasing this black blazer, and this guy was hanging out of the window just blasting at us. And my homeboy Richard Liao was taller than me. That I told him duck a little. When I told him duck, something fell in front of me, caught it, put it in the floor, and I kept chasing these guys. The rush was so crazy that, I didn't even think of what I caught. I just put it in the floor and I rushed these guys. And my whole thing was to get in this guy's car and try to drag these guys out. And me and the homeboy.
And they're shooting at you.
Yeah, and that day we didn't have a gun.
You didn't have no gun?
No, not even a knife.
And you're trying to drag these dudes out?
Yeah, bro. Just because they started shooting at us.
What do they call you?
Downer.
Now I know why they call you Downer.
Yeah.
Nah, but that's some pretty. I remember you a little bit. I seen kind of a little crazy side of you from back then. So how did it go down, bro? Like did you pick him up, or
what happened was that I don't know, we had a choice to rush these guys and go into through these bushes to hit these guys in the bottom of the freeway, on the 60 freeway by San Gabriel Boulevard, and there's a bridge right there. Well, I guess I seen too many movies at that time that I was on top of the bridge to throw myself, supposedly to fall on top of this black blazer, and two of the homeboys.
You could have came out in Spider-Man or something.
I think back of it, and wow, it was crazy, bro. It's like I think back, like, man, what were you thinking of?
Yeah.
But it's just, how deep I was into this, and my belief was somebody would do me dirty, or somebody does my people dirty, like my homeboy or something. I won't stop until I catch it. Well, thank God that two of these homeboys of ours grabbed me, and instead of going forward, my body went backwards. And these two homeboys.
Who was that? Who grabbed you, if you don't mind saying?
It was the homeboy Gremlin and Capone.
Okay.
Yeah. So these two guys grabbed me. They're like, "What are you doing, Alex? Come on!" I'm almost on just going crazy, right? Like, come on, let's go before they get away. They're, Alex, you got blood in your chest. You got blood in your hands. I'm a what? And then I see blood on my chest and my arms, and I had brain tissue. Wow. Chunks of meat in my chest. And I go, oh man, turn around. I said, Richard. And Richard was in the middle of that bridge
And Richard was like a good friend of yours, right?
Yeah.
He was from KGB too.
Yeah, it was KGB, and that night he took a bullet. You know, we were gonna get jumped into Lomas.
He was gonna get jumped into Lomas that day, but instead he ended up catching a bullet for the neighborhood. He never got in, but he pretty much was from the neighborhood because he took a bullet, right?
He took a bullet. That's how he you know, that's how he got jumped in with the bullet between his eyes.